Provocative Podcast. All right, ladies, I am so sorry I did not record an episode last week for you guys. I was intentional about recording an episode, but with it being my peak week for last week, I was just so tired and I'm honestly exhausted right now too. I was really looking forward to recording this episode, and now that I got to Wednesday, I'm like, I'm gonna record the episode Wednesday. I'm really tired because I'm in my second peak week. So I apologize for last week, but as I told you guys in the beginning, or a few months ago, I was gonna do what I could, and yeah. So I'm sorry. Peak week is just it's different this go around. I'm just really tired because we deplete and then we push a little bit. We deplete and we push as much as we can because it's our final days, and there's a lot that has to be ready, and I'm just exhausted. So let me give you guys a little recap from last week. So I competed on Saturday in Chicago in Waukegan, and I ended up placing first in my class. Yay. And I ended up taking the overall bikini award. So yeah, I won the overall bikini, guys, and that was really a surreal feeling. For me, I think just like it doesn't hit me till like after the show, and I think because going into the show, I knew that we have a bigger goal in mind, which is the Olympia Amateur to get my pro card. I was excited, but I knew that the work wasn't done, so I felt like it was like I still feel like I can't breathe. I know that once I compete at the Olympia Amateur and I get off that stage after finals, I feel like I'll be able to breathe some. But knowing that I had another show to prepare for is like it's a weird feeling. Like it's hard to enjoy that moment. You have to really tell yourself to enjoy that moment because you're already thinking about the next show. But it was great. The show overall was great. My friends went and supported me, Areli and Brittany, and then R did an awesome YouTube video. You guys need to go watch it because it is literally like a fucking movie. He did an amazing job, so you guys can find the whole Chicago YouTube video in my personal YouTube, which is Jazzy Fit. And yeah, obviously the hubby went, my mom went for the prejudging with my aunt, and then I had a few people go, and it was just amazing. So if you were there supporting me, thank you so much. I had so many of you reach out to me, and I'm just so, so grateful for all the support that I've gotten. And I know a lot of girls thought that that was the pro win, but no. So now we are peak weeking again because we compete next Tuesday, literally Tuesday. So you guys are going to listen to this Thursday, and 4 days from Thursday, I compete. So prayers for your girl because this is a bigger show. I would be lying if I said I'm not nervous. I'm really excited, but I'm also like a little nervous in a like, it's a good thing to be nervous because, you know, this one is going to be very competitive. Everyone who's going obviously feels like they deserve to win it, right? No one, or regional shows, you know, you have all sorts of people. You have people who are just competing for the first time and people who are just doing it for fun. Obviously, my game plan was I need to get first place so I can qualify for first or second, but obviously first place so I can qualify for the Olympia Amateur. And there, though, everyone who's going is like, they all think they're the best, right? So obviously that I think I'm the best and it's going to be competitive, but I'm really excited just to see how I look on stage and just compared to everyone else. And, you know, just watching my video yesterday, because my video went live yesterday, I absolutely, first of all, I love the package that we brought on stage. I've already beat Jazzy 2 years ago, so I'm 100% happy with my package that I brought. I've done everything I can this prep to make sure that I'm conditioned and I look the best I ever have. So I'm already, you know, really super proud of myself. But yeah, like it just, I'm excited to step on that stage, and seeing that video yesterday, I love the way that my presentation on stage was, you know, I was confident, I was comfortable, and that's the same energy that I'm trying to take to the Olympia Amateur. So make sure you guys are praying for me. If you guys are in Vegas and you guys want to go, it'll be on Tuesday. And then that weekend I will be there, or next weekend I'll be there for Dark Sport on Friday and Saturday. So make sure that if you guys are going to the Olympia Expo, you come, you say hi, we take pictures, we chit chat, because guys, I'll have food in me. I'll be in a really good mood. So come and say hi if you guys are going to the Olympia Amateur. All right, so I wrote down like what I expected for my next show. As you guys know, the expectations for my next show is just bringing in what we peaked perfectly. So Brandon, it was very happy with my package, and we were just trying to redo that. Right now, I'm already like, I feel like I already beat that package. I'm leaner, I'm drier. So it's a good thing. So we're really happy where things are at right now. And yeah, so I want to say that before we end the episode, that this will be the last episode of the year. And the reason behind it, I know I'm really sorry, guys, but the reason behind it is I'm going to be gone a whole week in Vegas. So if you guys if you guys want to know how I do, obviously just keep up with my social media. But I'm going to be gone in Vegas. I come back for 3 days, literally 3 days. And then I leave to Georgia for 10 days or 7 days or something like that. So, and for Georgia, it's family time. I'm not going to go and record a podcast over there. So I'm taking the month of December after my show for myself. Okay. And not to do much work related things except the necessary things that I have to do. And so as much as I hate that I'm not going to be recording for you guys, I hope that you understand that I need this mental break. I feel like I want to just really take some time for myself, take some time with Chris, be present with everything. And it's going to also be an adjustment trying to get back into my normal routine after prep. So, I just know that this is the best decision for me. So I hope you girls understand. But obviously still keep up with me on Instagram because I'm going to do my best to still post on there and stuff. But we'll be getting back together in January. But I wanted to end obviously the year with just kind of like things I learned in 2022. I actually also wrote down my goals that I had for 2022. So I'm going to read those to you. I gave you guys these goals in the beginning of the year of what I expected out of myself. So we're going to go over them a little bit and talk about them a little bit and then go into the things I learned in 2022. And then I hope to carry with me into 2023. So the goals I wrote down that I shared with you guys for 2022 was read more, make more time to learn, Miami swim week, run 2 to 3 miles or 2 to 3 5Ks, travel to new countries, and create more content for TikTok. Those are all my personal goals. Read more. I definitely read more. As you guys know, I started the book club. It ended, we kind of stopped the book club once, like a month before I started prep. And then honestly, reading has just not been a priority because my mental state has just not been there to read. Like I'm just not getting entertained. So, but I did read a lot more than I ever have than I ever did in 2021. So we crossed that. I read I think 10 books. So I'm really, really happy about that. Make more time to learn. I obviously did that. I actually worked on myself a lot this year. So check that one off. Miami swim week did not happen. Yes, I feel like a part of me could have tried harder for Miami swim week, but I didn't make it happen. And am I bummed about it? Not really. It is what it is. I don't know if that's going to be a goal of mine for next year, but we didn't make it happen. And if it's meant to happen, it'll happen. Run 2 to 3 5Ks. I definitely didn't do that. I did start running, as you guys know, a little bit. I did that one 5K and that was it. And then I went back to spin and then I started prep. So we didn't do the 5Ks, but we took on another challenge, which was prep again. So I don't know if running will still be something I love running, but it really does interfere with my training. So I would have to really change my whole routine if I want to be good at running. And I don't know if I'm wanting to do that. Hey, but I did one 5K, which I'm really happy about. Travel to new countries. We didn't get to travel to we did Hawaii this last year, or this year. So I'm really happy about that. We didn't travel to anywhere else. We did Tulum again, but new countries. I'm trying to, hopefully we can do Italy next year, but we did Hawaii. So that's one check, and then create more content for TikTok, which I did. TikTok's been on a standstill though, just because my TikTok is more personal and not so much fitness. And to be honest, right now with TikTok, people don't really get to know you on TikTok. They just you get a bunch of random people, and I just wanted to stay away from all the negativity I was going to get from being this lean, because people don't understand the sport and I didn't want to get any hate. So I've been staying away from TikTok, but TikTok videos are going to be coming more, and I did work on it this year. So I'm really proud of myself for that. I put financially double our monthly income, which is already high. I think we did that. I don't even know. I can't tell you guys if we did or not, but I think we did. Business, grow the podcast, grow our crypto portfolio, which That's Chris's thing, and started a new project. The podcast has definitely been growing a lot, which I'm so thankful for you guys. I can't thank you guys enough. And as you guys know, the way to grow is for you guys to share it on your platforms, and, post it on your stories, tell your friends, tell your family members. That's the best way for us to grow. But we've already grown so much in the last year. So I just want to say thank you so much. It's been a surreal feeling. Like last week, Spotify had their like top 5 things where like you listed your top 5 songs that you played in 2022, your top podcast, and to see so many of you girls repost that you have The Provocative on your top 5 was just an amazing feeling. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I can't express to you how much you guys have changed my life, and the daily messages that you guys give me too. I'm so grateful for them. So that one's checked, and started a new project. We are in the works of a new project. So we started it, but we'll probably for sure get the ball rolling by next year. And then family, I put down, I would like to pay our family's homes. That didn't happen, which is okay. It was a very, very big goal. I think that realistically is maybe in the 5-year time span. But it is still a goal of ours. And then relationship wise, I put keep killing it. Chris says more anal, and we did not do more anal. So those were my goals that I shared with you guys in 2022. And for the most part, I hit them all. So I just wanted to refresh everything. Not everything is always going to be perfect, especially the goals that you set for the year. But if you look back, the progress that you've made over time can be big if you work consistently on yourself. So anyways, okay, let's go into things I learned in 2022 and hope to carry with me. All right, number 1, this one has been the biggest one, and I put invest in yourself and your mental health. I really took the time this year to invest in my mental health, and I got a therapist, and I no longer work with that therapist, but I probably will start up working with a therapist again. And it really, really helped me. It really helped me dig deep. It really helped me with my trauma that I had from the past, my family trauma, and just like kind of come out of that and really assess my life, really assess what triggers me and things like that, and how I can help myself in order to help, other relationships. And I put that down. Healing yourself improves all your relationships. And I want to state, like, therapy is not a bad thing, guys. And if people are trying still this day think that therapy is some sort of like bad thing, like, no. Therapy can really, really bring out the best in you if you find a good therapist. And don't be afraid to try different ones out. Don't feel like you have to stick to the first one that you find. If you are not a match with that person, keep at it. I did BetterHelp, and I tried 3 different therapists on there. I didn't like them. So then I went with someone in Houston, but it was still virtual, and I loved her. So find the therapist that is right for you, but it can really, really help you heal yourself. And the more you work on yourself, the more that you improve, your relationships will improve. You'll realize which relationships you want to keep, which ones you want to let go. And it's just going to make you such a better person. And in my eyes, it's like, why be ashamed of that? Why be ashamed of you working on yourself to try to be a better person, right? And if anyone is going to try to make you feel bad about that, you don't need those people in your life. So number 1, invest in yourself, invest in your mental health. Slow down and think clearly. That's one of the things I learned with my mental health. Just slowing down. Sometimes we're so fast paced that we don't take time to slow down. We don't take time to think, okay, what is making me anxious today? How can I navigate this issue or whatever? Because we're on the go. Stop for a second and just let your emotions go through. And then you can think clearly, because sometimes we're just so fogged up and we're trying to fix things all in a rush, and we just got to let shit work themselves out sometimes. So slow down to think clearly. And number 3 is heavy moods are temporary. Okay. So what I mean by that, sometimes something can happen and we're so fucking upset about it. And all we need to do is just go through that at that moment. Don't make any rational decisions. Go through it. Turn off your phone, go through those emotions, and then you'll be able to think more clearly. You got to let those emotions pass. You have to realize that they're just temporary, but you have to go through them in order to learn the lesson that you're supposed to learn. And, go through them, ask yourself, okay, why am I feeling this way? What can I do to help myself? And then after you give yourself maybe a few hours, maybe the night to think about it, then react. try not so hard, try not to react first, especially when it comes to your emotions, and try to be proactive with them. So don't let your emotions run you, vice versa. You need to run your emotions. So if you're feeling whatever you're feeling, stop, take a breather, let your emotions go through you, and then react, which is something that I've been really, really working hard on this year. With prep, it's been even more extremely hard, but it really has helped me. So I put number one, invest in yourself and your mental health, because that is amazing, and it's changed my life this year, and I'm going to take that into 2023 and keep working on myself, keep working on my mental health, because there's always room to grow. Number two, releasing limiting beliefs that are releasing limiting beliefs. And we've talked about this before. I think releasing limiting beliefs is an issue that we all have. It's an issue that we're always having, because we have developed these patterns that are easy to go back to, especially when you're feeling low or when you think you're incapable of something. A pattern can come back up, or your old self can come back up and tell you that you're not good enough. So releasing limiting beliefs is something that I've worked really hard on this year, and that I'm going to have to continue working hard in 2023, because when things come up, I have to take a step back and be like, okay, if this is my past self trying to tell me that I'm not good enough, or tell me that I'm too scared to do something, when in reality, I'm capable of so much more. So, for me, with prep, I realize right now, with going into the Olympia, I got feedback that I wasn't big enough, and my limiting belief was like, yeah, you're not big enough, you shouldn't go. Why? Because I'm scared, and I got that comment, and the past self of Jasmine was like, okay, this is a cop out, you should like just not go, you shouldn't do it. And I thankfully I've learned my patterns. Thankfully I've learned, I've invested myself to learn that that's not me. That's an old self of me. And that's old Jazzy or little Jazzy, that I need to tell her, hey, I got you. We're good. We're going to do the best that we can. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But God would not put you in this path if it wasn't meant for you. So I'm still working on limiting beliefs. There's still things that come up that I'm scared, that I'm nervous about. But working on myself has really helped me release those, or at least acknowledge when I'm getting those limiting beliefs. So realizing when you're getting those limiting beliefs, assess the situation, and learn to let it go, so that you can go into this new version of yourself, and that new version of yourself can take control of your past version of yourself. So that was number two. Number three is set boundaries with people and stick to them. I've told you guys, this is like a big thing with me, setting boundaries with all sorts of people, with your relationship, with your friends, with your family. Setting boundaries is really good, and it's needed in order to protect your own energy. Something that I've learned with this prep, especially doing it on my own, I knew it was going to be hard, but Chris and I prep differently, and because we're together all the time, and because I admire him so much, I compare myself a lot to him. And so there was a lot of things that going into this prep, I thought he was going to do for me that he didn't do. And I'm not trying to call him out for it, but he wasn't there in the way he's been really supportive throughout this journey, throughout my prep, but in the way that he felt he needed to be supportive towards me, but not in the way that I thought he was going to be with me. And I will say, like, for me, I chose to be supportive with him during his prep in a different way. And I chose that. And I, for a long time, was like, okay, well, I don't want to say I was guilt tripping him, but I was like, well, I did this for you during your prep, but I had to quickly remind myself that he didn't make me. I chose to do that. So setting boundaries with Chris now has allowed me to be like, okay, going through this has allowed me to set boundaries with Chris, where it's like, okay, you didn't do this for me and I'm not going to hold you accountable for this or hold you a grudge for this, because you're doing what you can or what you want to do for me. But going forward, I have to be my own self, and I have to stop thinking about you, and I got to start thinking about myself and what's best for me, because what ends up happening is I end up not setting boundaries with certain people, and I overdo myself with them, or I put them first before me. And then when the situation doesn't go the way that I want, I get upset, or I'm like, why didn't this person treat me the way that I wanted to be treated, or whatever? And it's because it's my fault. I put that person above me, and you should never put a person, no matter who they are, above yourself. You have to be your first priority. And as long as you're okay with the decisions that you make, then that's all that matters. And realizing that, really realizing that, okay, I made the decision to be XYZ for Chris doesn't mean anything. Like, I can't hold a grudge for Chris not doing the same for me, right? So I chose that. Going forward, I know things are going to be different now, but that's one example of a boundary. Friends, you need boundaries with friends. You need boundaries with family. I've told you guys plenty of times that I've set boundaries with my family. Like, don't call me about these issues because I'm not there to help you, and it just stresses me out, and I'm sorry, but I don't need that. So setting boundaries with people, and I'm not the only one that says that. There's been so many recent conversations that I've had with friends who we all suffer with boundaries, with issues with boundaries. And it sucks, but we all do. Like, we really all do. So it's setting boundaries is going to help you so much. It's going to help you with stress. It's going to help you with anxiety. And it's going to help just literally protect your own energy. So set boundaries with people. Don't be afraid to say no. And that's going to literally protect your energy and overall your mental health so much. So number 3 was set boundaries. And I put down boundaries help you thrive. Number 4 is learn to let things go, big and small. Whatever it is, just let shit go, right? And I have an example. I saw a TikTok the other day, and the lady was saying she was in a car with her husband, and they were going on a 13-hour road trip. And he's like, hold this water bottle. And it was like an empty water bottle. And he's like, is it light? And she said, yeah. He's like, okay, I want you to hold it the whole trip. I want you to hold it up the whole trip. She's like, well, it's like 13 hours. I'm going to get tired. He's like, but it's so light. And he's like, it's so light. And she's like, yeah, but holding it up that long is going to get me tired. And he's like, exactly. No matter how light or no matter how, big or how small the issue is, the more you hold on to it, the heavier it gets and the harder it is to let go. So no matter how big or small situation is, just let that shit go. Move on from the past. Move on from the shit that you can't control anymore. Let that grudge go. Let whatever is holding you back fucking go already. It's 2022. Oh, she did me wrong. He did me wrong. My family did me wrong. Stop playing the victim and just let that shit go so that you can move on to this next fucking year, a better version of yourself, and just feeling like you can fucking breathe. So no matter how big or small, just let it go. You're not always going to be everyone's cup of tea. You're not always going to get along with everyone, and it's okay. Just let shit go that doesn't affect your life on a daily basis, things that you can't control, and you will honestly be able to sleep better at night. So do that. Learn to let things go, whether it's big or small. Number 5 is manifestation. Speak what you want to reality and release any negative thoughts. As you guys know, I'm really big on manifestation. This whole year has been big on me on manifestation. I've been seeing 11/11 all year. I saw 11/11 on my way to my show, which was like I literally prayed in the car. I was praying, and like literally 5 minutes later, I looked at my phone and it was 11/11. I was like, this is a sign from God. This is a sign from God. So manifestation is a real thing. Say what you want, speak what you want to existence, and it will happen for you. You got to believe that it will happen. So manifest the fucking life that you want. If you guys want more information on manifestation, I have a whole episode, so just look that up. But I've talked a lot about manifestation throughout the year, but that one was always obviously on my list and something I obviously am going to carry in 2023. And then lastly, I put be a person of action and do what you say you are going to do. As you guys know, this is something that I put down, things I learned in 2022 and hope to carry with me. This is something that I've always done and I'm going to continue to carry with me is I am a person of action. And I've had so many of you and so many of my friends say, like, tell me this. They're like, I've never met someone like you and like Chris who say they're going to do something and actually like you guys do what the fuck you said you're going to do. And I take a lot of pride in that, because I feel like I know that actions speak louder than words. You can say anything you want. You can say, I want to be a millionaire. I want to do this. I want to do that. But if there's no action behind it, if you're not really purposely trying to do that, your words mean nothing. And for me, it's like, I respect people who can really live behind their truth. And it doesn't mean that they're going to be perfect. They're going to have, roadblocks or whatever, but they're going to try their best. And do what they say they're going to do. So be a person of action. I take a lot of pride in that. And it's something that I'm going to carry, in 2023. Obviously with this prep, there was a lot of hard moments, but I was like, I'm going to finish no matter what. I'm going to finish. I did the last show. And even though I'm like 5 days away, it's still hard, guys. I'm still struggling every single day. I'm living day to day because I don't want to focus on the future. I'm just focusing on my present, and that's all I can do. And yeah, I'm just very grateful that I am a person of action, and it's inspiring to be a person of action, and it's amazing to meet another person of action. So be that person. Be that person for yourself. If you don't have someone in your life, be that person for yourself so that you can also be that person for others. So you can inspire others. You can inspire your family members, your husband, whatever it may be. And honestly, you will respect yourself so much for doing it. You tell yourself, I'm going to wake up 3 times a week this week to do cardio at 5 a.m. Fucking do it. Do it. Because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to do it. No one else is going to believe in you. You have to make that commitment. And then people are going to be like, oh shit, you know what? She's doing what she says she's going to do. And they will literally hold you at a higher level. They will respect you, and you will respect yourself so much more. So those are 6 things that I learned in 2022 and hope to carry with me in 2023. And I hope that these help you and you can carry these in 2023. And, I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support this year on the podcast. Like I mentioned before, it's been surreal. I can't thank you guys enough for the daily messages. I do want to apologize because towards the end, like, prep has taken priority, guys. And I'm sorry, but you guys have been so understanding, and I'm so grateful for you because this has been such a hard process, and just having your support means so, so, so much. And I can't thank you guys enough. And like I said, keep sharing the podcast episodes with your family, your friends, share them on your stories so that way I can repost them. And every DM that I get, I literally have screenshots of them. So every DM that I get, some of them are like, you've changed my life. And I'm so grateful. I'm internally grateful for all of you girls. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will start the new year with new goals in mind, ready to crush 2023. And yeah, stay tuned on my Instagram to see what place I get. Let's keep manifesting that pro card, guys. I need all the prayers and all the good energy I can get from you girls. So let's keep praying. And I love you girls, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.